Hello everyone, you are welcome to my first session on the series of Law of Attraction. I am Pakwisi Amakohene, a social media marketer influencer and a customer service officer. Before I start my presentation, I will plead with you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can receive notifications on the various topics that will be shared. Kindly take a seat and enjoy the presentation on the Law of Attraction. Your comments, suggestions, and feedback are welcome. Our outline for discussion today will touch on the history of the Law of Attraction, what the Law of Attraction is, the biblical perspective about the Law of Attraction, the science perspective about the Law of Attraction, what early philosophers say about the Law of Attraction, what current philosophers say about the Law of Attraction. Every thought vibrates, every thought radiates a signal, and every thought attracts a matching signal back. Abraham Hicks. Let's now look at a brief history about the Law of Attraction. According to early scholars, the Law of Attraction was found in ancient writings which were recorded in stones 3,000 years before Christ. It has been in existence through all centuries. This law began at the beginning of creation, and it has always been and will always be. The ancient Babylonians, through their understanding and application of the Law of Attraction, used it to produce wealth and became one of the wealthiest races in history. Even though this knowledge was coveted, it has always been available for anyone, male, female, adults, and children who desired to discover it. What is the Law of Attraction? The Law of Attraction is also known as the Law of Creation or the Law of Thought. We are made aware in quantum physics that the entire universe was created through thoughts. According to Charles Harnell in 1912, he said, "The law of attraction is the greatest and the most infallible law upon which the entire system of creation depends." The law states that people experience the corresponding manifestation of their predominant thought, feeling, words, actions, and because of that, people have control over reality and their lives through thought alone. The predominant thought of the mental attitude is the magnet, and the law is that like attracts like. Consequently, the mental attitude would invariably attract such conditions as corresponding to its nature. Every thought of form or substance you see in nature is the visible expression of thought in the original substance. In other words, every thought of form held in thinking substance caused the creation of that form. Your life is created through your thoughts and the law of attraction, and it works for every individual. It has always been working even if we are aware or not. Thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. As it thinks of a form, it takes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it takes that motion. Through the law, we know that every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind which observes it. There is one thinking substance from which and by which all things were made. Every thought held in this substance becomes form, and that an individual can impress his thought upon it so as to cause them to take form and become visible. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind which observes it. The human being is a thinking center which originates thoughts to create things. This is the way all things were created. Let's look at what the Bible talks about the law. It becomes a man the thought he harbors. Your thinking becomes your being. Jesus said in Matthew 12:34, and I quote, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." What is in you determines what emanates from you, and what emanates from you determines what comes to you. You attract what you are and what you strongly desire. Your inner posture and mental picture is the future you will feature. Your faith clearly pulls and transforms the things you believe into reality. Whatsoever you are convicted of in your spirit and pursue diligently will manifest. In Hebrews 11:1, it says, "Now faith is the confidence that we hope for will actually happen, the assurance about the things we cannot see but believe in its reality." You attract what you are on the inside. You attract what you believe. You attract what you say. The circumstances and conditions around you respond to what is inside you. Job stated that, "What I feared has come upon me." His dominant thought and beliefs were centered on fear. This fear manifested in his life. Until he changed his thoughts and inner posture, transformation didn't happen. Romans 2:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewal of your mind." In order to improve your circumstances and conditions, you must improve yourself. You are a creation of creation. Your circumstances does not make the you, it reveals you. Joel 3:10, it says, "Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich." Your conditions respond to your being and confession. Your confession is the equivalent of your thoughts in action. What you say is in alignment with what you think. What you say speaks volume of who you are. You will attract what you say and who you are. Genesis 1:1, "And the earth was without form and void, and the Holy Spirit of God brooded over the face of the waters. And God said," and it happened. God is a God of order and tranquility. When the world he created didn't reflect his identity and didn't vibrate on his frequency, he set in motion to transform it to a perfect and aligned creation by introducing the creative force of his being, the Holy Spirit and his word. He set out to make the imperfect conditions surrounding him to become perfect as him. Your conditions will always align with the frequency of your being. Your circumstances and conditions will reflect you. They respond to who you are. Men do not just attract that which they want, but that which they are, they also attract. Let's now look at the science perspective about the law. The law of attraction, or the law of thought, has its roots in quantum physics. According to the law of attraction, thoughts have energy that attracts like energy. The law of attraction is the law of creation. Quantum physics states that the entire universe emerged from thought. We are creators of the universe. The law of attraction teaches that we attract into our lives whatever we focus on. Quantum physics teaches that nothing is fixed. There are no limitations. That everything is vibrating energy. The physical world is a sea of energy constantly flashing into and out of existence. It is through our thoughts that we transform this ever-changing energy to the physical. Therefore, we can create and change our reality with thought. With quantum physics, science is leaving behind the notion that human beings are powerless and moving towards an understanding that we are fully empowered creators of our lives and our world. Everything is energy. Einstein's 1905 formula, E equals mc squared, explains the relationship between energy and matter. That is, energy and matter are interchangeable. That everything is energy. This energy is influenced by our thoughts. It is shapeable, formable, and moldable. As creators, we shape, form, and mold the energy of the universe through our thoughts. We transform the energy of our thoughts into the energy of reality. Let's look at what early philosophers say about the law. There are three key fundamental statements of the law of attraction by Wallace D. Wattles. 1. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state penetrates, and fills the interspace of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. That which is like unto itself is drawn, by Abraham Hicks. Of what we think and talk, we attract to us a like current of thought, by Prentice Mulford. Every thought of yours is a real thing, a force, by Prentice Mulford. Each of us is what we are because of the dominating thought we permit to occupy our minds, by Napoleon Hill. Any impulse of thought which is repeatedly passed on to the subconscious mind is finally accepted and acted upon, by Napoleon Hill. The human mind is likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. If no useful seed is sown into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall, accumulate, and reproduce their own kind. James Allen. Each of us is where we are by the law of our being. The thoughts which we have built into our character have brought us there. James Allen. Every thought seed sown into the mind and to take root there produces its own, blooming sooner or later into action, and bearing its own harvest of opportunity. For example, good thoughts bear good fruit, bad thoughts bear bad fruit. James Allen. Shall we now look at what current philosophers say about the law of attraction? Whatever you can think about on a continual basis, you can have, by John Boyle. The law of attraction is always working, whether you believe or understand it or not. Bob Proctor. If you see it in your mind, you are going to hold it in your hand. By Bob Proctor. See yourself living in abundance and you are attracted. It works every time with every person. Everything that is coming into your life, you are attracting into your life. And it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you are holding in your mind. Bob Proctor. You get what you think about. Your thought determines your experience. Richard Carlswell. You are the universe's highest form of creation. You are a living, breathing, creative human magnet. You have the ability to control what you attract into your life. Richard Carlswell. You inevitably attract into your life the people, circumstances, in harmony with your dominant thought. For example, happy people attract other happy people. A prosperity-conscious person attracts money-making ideas and opportunities. Richard Carlswell. The law responds to your thoughts, no matter what they may be, either good or bad. Rhonda Byrne. Since you attract what you think most, it is easy to see what your dominant thoughts have been on every area of your life, because that is what you have experienced. Rhonda Byrne. The simplest way for me to look at the law of attraction is, if I think of myself as a magnet, I know that a magnet will attract to it. John Ashraf. Our job as humans is to hold on to the thought of what we want and make it absolutely clear in our minds what we want, and from that we start to invoke one of the highest laws in the universe, the law of attraction. You become what you think most, but also attract what you think about most. Creation is always happening. Every time an individual has a thought or prolonged way of thinking, they are in the creation process. Something is going to manifest out of those thoughts. By Reverend Michael Beckwith. Thoughts are sending out that magnetic signal that is drawing parallel back to you. By Dr. Joe Vitale. The law of attraction is really obedient. When you think of the things you want and you focus on them with all your attention, then the law of attraction will give you exactly what you want every time. By Lisa Nichols. I will recommend these books to you for further studies. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The Law of Attraction by Richard Caswell. And The Secret by Lisa Nichols. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this session. Please don't forget to subscribe to our page so that you can follow us on all the various topics that will be shared on this channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day.